Welcome back to Danganronpa Another episode, Ultra Despair Girls. In the last part, Nagito escorted us through the city with the promise of a secret passageway out of Towa City. And apparently it's just ahead. Before we head there and get ourselves into some cutscenes, however, I forgot to equip the re-raise skill. Let's do that so we can get some more monocoins and make some cash money. I don't think there's any others that we really need on right now. Now that that's out of the way, let's proceed. Before we head all the way up the stairs, there is a hidden kid here. This was, I believe, the last hidden kid that I found when I was 100%ing this game, because my goodness, that is really out of the way.
This way.
Here we are.
This is it.
Stairs?
This is the secret passageway we prepared in case of emergency. Go through here, and you can get outside the town. What are you doing? Hurry up and leave. Hey, what's the holdup? If you just go through here, you'll be outside of the city. Didn't you want to run away? Didn't you want to escape this town?
That's right, that's what I've always wanted. At least that's what I thought. Toko, is it really okay for me to go?
Do whatever you want. It has nothing to do with me. Not anymore.
Oh my. Seems like I made it just in time. Man, that was close. Truly a last-minute save.
You? Why are you here?
Why am I here? To persuade her to stay, of course. So that our boring and common protagonist who has no distinct characteristics doesn't just quit.
Huh?
Komaru Naegi, though you are normal, not an ultimate, or even a part of Future Foundation, I really do think quite poorly of the idea that you would abandon your friend and run off alone. Are you really going to just run away like this? Is your conscience clear?
Stop it! What are you saying? She's about to leave for good!
That would be quite bothersome for me, you know? That is why I must convince her to stay.
Huh?
It would be disappointing if she did not see the game through to the end, how it was meant to be.
Don't just go speaking your mind without permission! You're a servant! Listen to me. In order to see our paradise, this girl cannot stay here.
So then I must ask, which is more important to the Warriors of Hope? Paradise or the game?
What are you talking about? It's obviously...
The game, of course.
What?
You're a smart one. You must be at least vaguely aware. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sneaking about. You could have openly proposed a halt to these slayings to focus entirely on building paradise. And the reason you did not do exactly that, and are instead going behind their backs, is because you realize your favorite Miss Mage would choose the game over paradise. Do you know what you call someone who behaves like you're behaving? A traitor.
You're wrong. I care about them more than anyone. They all have high hopes for me. I mean, I am the leader.
Nagisa, isn't it best if you just calm down a little? You can leave the rest to me.
Ugh.
Okay, I really think you should.
Damn it!
That's right. People who are not needed in this scene should go and make their exit.
What are you talking about?
I must admit, I am a little disappointed. When I heard that she was his little sister, I was intrigued.
His? Makoto? Do you know him?
Now listen, since I've planned the game out this far, I would like it to be completed. Of course, perhaps I am being somewhat unfair to you, Komaru. Rather, the one who disappointed me was Toko.
Huh?
Now perhaps I am mistaken, but I believe we made a promise. You were to escort her to headquarters.
Promise? Escort? What are you talking about?
Oh, I really think it should be Toko who answers that question. But if you continue to be silent, the story cannot progress. So I will speak. I made a deal with Toko. If she escorts you to the children's main base, I will release Byakuya Togami. Consider it exchanging hostages. The plan was to trade you and Byakuya.
What? What are you talking about?
And it was such a good deal, too. Why did it have to come to this?
That's a lie, right? You're lying right now, aren't you? You're just making it up.
If you believe it to be a lie, think back on when you two first met. When you first arrived at the hospital on your parachute, did you know why Toko turned up there? She came to save you because she was told where you would be landing. How else could you possibly explain such a contrived encounter? The reason Toko has been your companion through all this was because of her deal with me.
Lies! You're lying!
I went through considerable trouble making sure you would complete this little game, returning the hacking gun you had lost, having the Monokuma kids deliver items. That was me. Consider it game balance, as they say. You've thought about it before, I'm sure. Why enemies conveniently drop items? Why the path you must travel on to advance is always clear. The game began as a way for the children to have fun, but it was also a game to help you grow. And I am the one who made it that way.
Why me?
You mean, why was I so particular about choosing you? Well, that is all your brother's fault, of course.
Makoto?
He defeated Junko and Oshima, the one I truly hate. And I wasn't there to witness it. That's why, this time around, I wanted to see the action up close. And not only that, unlike him, an ultimate, you are a normal girl who can't do anything. That was particularly compelling. Her brother, a hero, the symbol of hope. The little sister, utterly boring by comparison. If someone like you were to stand against despair, that would bring hope to the people. Hope is exclusively found on the side of the weak, the losing side. People are touched by underdog stories, slaying Goliath, the weaker team winning a game. The majority of society is made up of the weak and untalented. They are inspired by such tales.
What are you saying?
If my assumptions are correct, you will release a light even brighter than his. And in order for that to happen, I need you to participate in my game. Through the game, you will grow, defeat the final boss, and become the hope for this town. That's why it would be quite disappointing if you give up halfway through. Please, save this town from despair. Show me your dazzling light of hope to crush despair!
What do you mean? I'm... hope? I don't understand what you mean at all.
Ah, I see. So you still don't understand. I blame myself. I should have been more enthusiastic. But regardless, I truly do believe in you. No matter how big the despair, hope will always win in the end. That is why I feel no remorse becoming despair myself.
You're just as crazy as those kids. You must be insane.
Who cares about me? The more important thing is what you two are going to do now. I mean, now that Toko's lie has been uncovered.
Toko, please, just tell me the truth. What he's saying, it's a lie. right? That I'm gonna be traded for Byakuya, and you've been lying this whole time. That's gotta be a lie, right? Answer me, Toko!
Who would actually want to save someone like you? Of course it's not a lie.
What?
All this time I was protecting you and cheering you up. It was all for the sake of Master Byakuya.
Toko...
That's right. I was deceiving you. And you just kept relying on me. Toko! Toko! Trusting me like an idiot. It's your fault.
I believed in you.
Well, you shouldn't have done that. Why would you believe in me? I have a split personality with a serial killer. I'm abnormal. All my life, nobody even tried to trust me. It's always been like that. That's why I've never had a problem lying to people. But regardless, why do you believe in someone like me?
Toko...
From the very start, I hated you. Just being with you was insufferable.
Lies. It's all lies.
I'm not lying. It's the truth. I tricked you from the start. You were a fool not to realize it. You're just a stupid idiot who got set up by the coward Toko Fukawa. Simple as that.
Ah, Toko. Don't you think that maybe your ranting isn't helping? If you put it like that, she will be even more motivated to leave you behind, will she not? If you want to stop her, you've got to try harder. Byakuya is important to you, right?
Guess there's no other way. By force if I have to.
Force?
Gotta kill! Kill! Oh, I got no choice. I gotta start the slicing!
Toko!
If you don't get serious, I'm seriously gonna kill you!
Stop it already, Toko!
I won't let you escape, Komaru Naegi. It would be troublesome if you did not play your role.
Future Foundation made that stun gun. Then my hacking gun should be able to...
If you don't defeat me, you'll never be able to leave this town.
There's a lot of dialogue in this fight, so it's going to be hard to talk over it.
You done already?
Yes! It works on the stun gun!
But we know that though the hacking gun doesn't work on humans, it does work on machines,
See? Now what are you gonna do?
and we can use it to interrupt Jack recharging her batteries.
To survive, you have to sacrifice something. Whether it's school or the outside world, it's all the same.
So as you can see, a solid way to make sure you don't take any damage in this fight, for the most part, is to hide behind this little shrine.
If you don't defeat me, you'll never be able to leave this town.
And you can tell that Jack really isn't shooting to kill right now.
You done already?
All we have to do is wait out her batteries.
You done already?
That's strange. Even with the hacking gun, Komaru should be easily outmatched by Toko.
Just a little longer.
You done already?
And we did it. And yes, as always, I do have to show what happens if you fail this fight.
Let you escape, Komaru Naegi.
Yep, similarly to the Jack versus Kotoko fight, Jack won't kill Komaru,
Future Foundation
but she will
stun gun.
strip her.
Hacking gun should be able to...
If you don't get serious, I'm seriously gonna kill you!
Yeah, you thought we were done with this kind of nonsense? I'm afraid not.
Komaru, you disappoint me.
You could perhaps argue that this is slightly more acceptable than Jack and Kotoko, but I would say no. I still don't think it needed to be in the game, it's just entirely gratuitous. I get that they had to find some kind of way to show that Jack's holding back, and that she didn't want to hurt Kotoko and she doesn't want to hurt Komaru, but still. They could have found another way to do it.
Ah, she lost consciousness.
Toko.
Oh, I lost consciousness. That means I must have lost. If that's the case, I can't stop you now. Hurry up and run! What are you doing? If you don't hurry, next time I really will take you by force.
You did it on purpose, didn't you? You lost on purpose.
Huh?
You lost on purpose so you can let me go. Right? Saying cruel things to me and attacking me without warning? It was an act, wasn't it? So that I wouldn't hesitate to leave you here.
What are you talking about? Why would you think that?
Don't treat me like an idiot. I already know you're much stronger than I am. We've been together all this time. Toko, why?
If things stayed the same, you never would have made a move, would you? You always made me decide. You didn't do anything on your own.
So you wanted to give me a chance?
I was with you all this time, you know? I know you well, too. And also, listening to this crazy idiot's orders just makes my skin crawl. Hope. It sounds disgusting when you say it.
Well, that is completely understandable. But are you really okay with this? If Miss Komaru runs away, the safety of the hostage cannot be guaranteed. Well, personally, it's for the sake of the game. Byakuya Togami is important to you, is he not? Then allow me to lend a hand. See, you'll still make it if you go now.
Toko!
Don't go near me! Run!
Don't get your blood on my glasses. I'm the Cinderella of the Slaughter Flower Garden. Please! Please stop! Shut the hell up, you lanky, wavy-haired bastard!
Oh, right. Even though you two share knowledge, you don't share memories, correct? So then, you have no idea who the real enemy is. An honest mistake, I suppose.
Idiot! It's no mistake. What I share with her isn't just knowledge. She and I also share emotions. If we didn't, there's no way we'd both love Master. And my emotions are telling me this. To kill you and let Komaru escape. And you're something of a pretty boy yourself, so I can kill you as I like. No remorse.
I see. So you've decided to stop taking advantage of Komaru Naegi. Is that friendship?
Huh?
To travel the harsher path, for the sake of protecting your friend. Such beautiful friendship. I truly think it's a splendid thing. But aren't you a serial killer? You're an aberrant who has no problem taking lives to satiate your own lusts. For someone like that to say things like friendship or friends, do you not find it strange? Or even shameful?
I can't breathe! Friendship! Friends! friggin' Who you calling my friend?
No! You're my friend!
What are you doing? Let go!
No, I won't! I mean, you made a promise with Byakuya, right? You said you won't kill anyone anymore. If you keep your promise, you can be an official member of Future Foundation. That's why you just can't. I never thought of you or Toko as abnormal, not even one bit. You're just a little strange, that's all. But even so, you are important to me. You and I are friends now, no matter what happens. You're a precious friend and I won't let you do this!
You know, you're probably wasting your time. I mean, after all, she knows she needs to kill me. Byakuya's life is in danger as long as I am alive. If she breaks the promise we made and lets you escape...
I'll stay. If that's how it is. If I stay in the city and go with her, then it's fine, right?
That's right.
Hey! You know what the hell you're talking about? You were crying and whining about escaping earlier, remember? Now what? You change your mind?
I still want to escape. I'm still scared, even now, but you feel the same way, don't you? You were scared too, but you tried to help me escape. And hid how afraid you really were inside, didn't you? There's no way I can run now, leaving you behind!
As expected. You just don't get it. I betrayed you. I betrayed you, you know?
No, you didn't. And you're suffering from guilt, aren't you? If you're hurting, you can tell me. I'm an unreliable, normal girl who can't do anything. But I can at least do normal things, right? And it's normal for a friend to help a friend. I'll stay. No matter how much you say no, I will definitely stay with you, all right? I've decided.
Man, so annoying. All that lip service talk that I hate, so damn irritating. Anybody can just say something. In that case, I'm a great detective, an astronaut, a reporter, and a Terra super beauty. And besides, you have absolutely no idea what I'm really like.
What do you mean?
There's no way I'd say no. Huh? Rather... Thanks.
Toko! Oh. So, about what just happened.
It's all right. I kind of figured out what was happening.
Huh? Really?
Friend? The last time I was called that was in a dream I had in grade school.
That's pretty depressing.
Well, you're actually one of many friends that I have, so you don't have to take it that seriously.
You bring that up now? Let me have this moment a bit longer, jeez!
Well, guess it turned out
So
all
not
right.
funny!
If Komaru Naegi had run away, the hope of this city would have gone with her. To prevent that, a wound like this will not diminish my resolve, though it does hurt.
It's time you started talking. How do we release Master Byakuya?
All you have to do is defeat the final boss. You saved the princess after defeating the final boss, right? In theory.
In theory?
I was not the only one who came up with the plan to take you to the children's base. I have a partner, but I'm not sure what they are planning, to be honest.
Who is that?
There's no way I would tell you that. I have already been disqualified from the game, but it'll be all right. No matter what kind of despair awaits you, hope will overcome it. The deeper and darker the despair, the brighter and more powerful the hope born from it.
Yeah, you're crazy, all right.
You are seriously disgusting. You're like 3 steps below vomit in a toilet.
Anyway, all you need to do is progress forward. I will support you until the very end.
So in order to get back Byakuya, we need to stop the children's rioting, right? Then I'll do it. There's no other choice. Right, Toko?
But are you sure you can do this?
There's no way I can accept leaving you behind. Thanks to you, I've come this far. And not just that. Maybe I'm not really attached to this town, but I will save my friend.
Komaru.
Oh, and one more thing. I have a little hint for you. The building the children are using as a headquarters is called Towa Hills. Marching in there with just the 2 of you would be a bit suicidal. Monokumas have dug in all around Towa Hills. Even you 2 would have trouble with that many.
Then what do we need to do?
Well, we could ask for help. From Shirokuma and Haichi.
Their help?
They want to stop the children as much as we do. Shirokuma said it too. If we work together, everyone can be saved. And everyone's happy, right?
What? Where did that come from? Now's not the time for heroics.
But I think you and I can do it. It's going to be all right.
Such splendid growth. Your world has gradually grown wider, as expected of his little sister. My judgment was indeed correct. That reminds me. The Resistance base is in the sewers underground, correct? In that case, there should be an entrance to the subway if you go through the business district. As I recall, there was a blue building. If you move through there, you'll reach the base.
You're sending us on a pretty specific path. Is this also part of your scheme?
I would prefer that you think of it as support. It is information that will help you.
Well, it doesn't matter what you're scheming. Master and Komaru, I'll protect them both, even if it takes my life.
Do your best. Defeat despair. That's it. Just a little longer. Just a little longer, and that light of hope will swallow the despair of this place. I can't wait. So upset over something like this. You really are a child.
And again, there's a lot to say about those cutscenes. First of all, the idea of having to fight Jack is amazing, because up until now, every time that we fought a boss, there's been a cutscene preceding that shows them at their most vulnerable. And just like that, Toko is forced to fight at her most vulnerable, and I think it's really interesting to see the parallels between her and the kids. We've gathered already that she is also a very vulnerable person, very much another piece in Nagito's game, manipulating those people who have those vulnerabilities for his own ends, and it's very much the same old Nagito. The deeper the despair, the brighter the hope that comes from it. That's very much on brand for Nagito. The inclusion of Nagito as a character in this game, for the longest time, confused me, but the more I think about it, the more it makes more sense thematically. His entire character is built around the conflict of the contrast between hope and despair, and he's always been this strange grey area between the two, where his intentions may be on the side of hope, but his actions often result in despair. Something I've always loved about Danganronpa is its self-awareness of its own format, and how it's willing to use the fourth wall as a narrative device. This game does a really good job of playing with traditional video game tropes like experience and leveling up and enemies dropping items and such to help further its narrative, and we see it a lot with the Warriors of Hope. We see them depicted as RPG characters and such throughout the game, but now that is expanded to Komaru as well through this series of events and everything that Nagito tells us, and I really like how it all comes together. And don't even get me started about the character development between Komaru and Toko in that cutscene. We don't have time. Now it's time for us to move on. We need to go get some help from Haiji and the Resistance. We need to head back underground to do so. So let's go.
Komaru, thank you.
Huh? Saying it so plainly like that. It's actually kind of refreshing.
Yeah, for me too. I've never really thanked anyone before.
Okay, that sounds like a problem.
Toko used Komaru's name for the first time. Her actual name.
He said there's a subway entrance at the blue building in the business district, right?
Yeah, we need to get there for now. What? What do you want?
Challenge. I challenge you to a treasure hunt. You look like a dummy, so I'll be nice and give you a hint. The treasure box is drawn on the map. There are 3 letters written on the treasure box: X, T, and L. The odd box with a letter that looks like L but has an X is the real one. That's it. End of hint, QED. I wish you the best of luck.
You can't seriously be thinking, weren't we going to the subway station? Well, either way, do whatever you want.
And, despite everything, Komaru still really likes a challenge. So we can actually go straight to where we need to go. But when we open up the map, you can see all these treasure boxes, and I say we indulge Komaru in her love of challenges, and we will attempt the challenges and the challenge rooms all in the next parts. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.